Greetings to the gods, creators. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go through the Notary's Public Act, Chapter 651 of Trinidad and Tobago. We're going to jump down to the arrangement of sections. Alright, and I'm doing this act to bring awareness to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, as something was brought to my attention of an encounter with someone with a notary public. They went to the notary public to attest a document, and the notary public charged them, I think, 300 to 400 TT for the attestation of the document. So I said I'll do this video for my brother and at the same time for the entire population of Trinidad and Tobago, so you all will be aware. Alright, so we have the sections. Is a very short act, right? Just eight pages. We're going to go through the I'm just going to point out the important parts to you guys. So we're going to go down to section 3, right? Subsection 4, subsection B. It says, before entering upon the duties of his office, make and subscribe in a book to be kept in the office of the registrar the following oath. I, A.B., do swear or solemnly affirm, as the case may be, that I will truly and honestly conduct myself in the office of Notary Public according to the best of my knowledge and ability, so help me God. So what this clearly shows you here is that a notary public in Trinidad and Tobago takes an oath of office. An oath is a pledge, and a pledge is a bond. Okay? So we're going to jump down to section 5. The duties of a notary public. Every person appointed to be a notary public shall discharge the duties assigned to such office by the laws of the United Kingdom and Trinidad and Tobago, and by the practice of commerce. The practice of commerce, guys. Alright? This is what it's all about, commerce. We have to understand that this is what is all about, commerce, and commerce is all about contracts. Alright? But I'm not getting into that right now. I'm just trying to drop this knowledge here. You guys be the judge, you guys be the jury, and tell me, and you think for yourselves if it is right or if it is wrong. Okay, we're gonna jump down now to section 10. I'm not gonna read this whole section, I'm just gonna point out the key parts. No notary public entitled to practice under this act shall be suspended from the performance of his duties as a notary public unless he is guilty of some crime, gross misconduct, negligence, or unskillfulness, which must be represented to be heard and determined by a judge of the High Court in a summary way. So if the notary public is found guilty of a crime, gross misconduct, negligence, or unskillfulness, it must be represented and to be heard by a judge of the High Court in a summary way. Alright? Now we're going to jump down to the important part, the crucial part, which is the fee schedule. The fee schedule of the act. Of the act that the notary public took an oath to uphold. Every notary public shall be entitled to demand and to receive in respect of the duties of his office such fees as are prescribed in the schedule. Alright? If the person performing the duties of a notary public shall be the sub-registrar of the Supreme Court, so if the person performing the duty of a notary public is the sub-registrar of the Supreme Court, so you have a registrar and you have the sub-registrar, he shall pay all such fees into the treasury to the credit of the general revenue. So if he's a sub-registrar of the Supreme Court, he shall pay all fees into the treasury. If he shall be a person other than the sub-registrar of the High Court, he shall be entitled to retain all such fees for his own use. And all the notary publics operating in the public who are not sub-registrars, who are attorneys at law, they retain all fees for their own use. So if a registered notary public in the public who is not a sub-registrar charges $300 to $400 to attest our documents, and they then retain that fee for their own use, what does that tell you? Alright? The minister may from time to time by order amend the schedule. So let's see what the fees are for a notary public on oath under the Notary Publics Act of Trinidad and Tobago. Here we go. Schedule. Most people go to a notary public for these two things right here. Most people. Alright? You guys can get the act and go through all the other fees. But I'm going to point out these two because my brother went to the notary public to get attestation of a document. An attestation of a document by a notary public is simply the notary public witnessing you sign the document in their presence. Alright? That's all. So attestation of a document is 50 TT. 50 TT. Not 100, not 200, not 300, my brother. My people. Alright? There's a maxim of law that says ignorance of the law is no excuse. But no man can know all the laws in the world. But every man should know the law that affects him in his daily life. Alright? A notarial certificate. A notarial certificate is one where you take an original document to the notary public makes a copy of the original document and certifies it to be a true and correct copy. The cost of that service is 75 TT. Not 100, not 200, not 300. Okay? Now there is the situation where in the case where a notary public has to travel to perform his duties under this act, he may charge a reasonable fee for his traveling expenses. So if he has to travel to your location, he charges you a fee in addition to the prescribed fee. Alright? Also attendance in court, if the notary public has to attend court, alright, to witness your to be a witness for the attestation of your document, is 15 TT to 50 TT. Alright, according to the length of the attendance. Alright guys, so I did this video because my brother, he was, he brought this out to my attention. He was not aware of this. Alright, so I I brought it to his knowledge, and I said that, hey, I think the entire population of Trinidad and Tobago needs to be aware of this information. So out of love and the abundance of love and peace, that I'm trying to shed to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, I said I'll bring this knowledge to your attention. Alright, so I thank you for your time, your patience. That guys, do get the acts, read them. If you have any questions, any comments, please put them down in the comment section. Alright, I appreciate the feedback. Remember, strength in bodies, powers in mind. Alright, we are all responsible for our daily lives and responsible to conduct ourselves in the most professional and most respectful manner. Do unto others as you have them do unto you. Alright, share this information with your brothers and your sisters. Share this information with your family. Teach your children the information. Alright, and stay up. One love.